You won't feel the need to force a feeling or force yourself to stay in a state because you automatically will be in that state of consciousness because you've been consistent with yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to read a subscriber's question of how to act with your specific person in the 3D before the relationship has fully solidified. Okay, so I'm just going to read her question and answer it. This should be relatively short and sweet, and I intend that it helps a lot of you. If you're new to the channel and what I say in this video doesn't make sense, it will make sense to you if you watch a lot of the videos that are in the specific person Deep Soul Connection playlist. If you want to watch success stories to inspire you, any thumbnail that has the word proof on it is a story of one of my clients' successes, or maybe even something that I manifested. Let me go ahead and read this, and I intend that it helps. Okay, so Deborah West wrote, "Hey Kim, I have been following your channel for over a year and a half. Not sure you remember me, but my SP moved abroad and I was in North Carolina for over a year. And you wrote and said it was part of your unfolding. We had some positive conversation and asked whether I could be coming to his area for work. I'm going abroad to see him in 2 months. Your channel has always guided me in the right direction. I wanted to ask you if you can cover this in a video of how we should interact with our specific person. I think my mind wants clarification. Is it best to not have these conversations and just go with the flow and let your SP bring them up? I think my mind is looking for clarification before I could get comfortable. I don't want to micromanage the process." Okay, you really want to first get in alignment. And when I say get in alignment, I don't mean just get in alignment before you, like in preparation of seeing him in 2 months from now. I mean, obviously being super loyal and committed and consistent with loving yourself, choosing yourself, and knowing, who you are, what reality is, that everyone in your reality, in your personal life, they are all your divine messengers and they're all already meant for you. They are meant for you, and everybody is showing you through your internal and sometimes external responses or reactions, your perception of what this means when they say this or that. That is showing you your belief system, and that is the entire point of these relationships with all of your divine messengers. But we are all actually one. So you are one with everyone, but your specific person is meant, like when you feel it deep down in your heart and soul, you know that they're the one. This is the one who you are created to love, and they're created to love you. This is my belief system. Okay, so all that being said, if you are consistently staying in alignment, meaning, I don't mean you're trying to force a feeling, and I don't mean you're trying to like force yourself to feel a state, to feel happy. I mean, when you are truly tapping into your power in the morning and consciously deciding throughout the day, this is who I already am, and this is who we are. And you've let go of all of the circumstances and the things that were said and done and the limiting beliefs around you and the connection. So this is what I'm talking about, because when you are doing that consistently, you won't feel the need to force a feeling or force yourself to stay in a state because you automatically will be in that state of consciousness because you've been consistent with yourself. So you would also not do a lot of the things that I share on the channel to stop doing to yourself, because you're just making it harder on yourself. And Deborah, I'm not saying that this is towards you. I'm literally, obviously, just sharing this for everybody. So assuming that you apply my teachings consistently in the 3D, don't force anything, don't manipulate anything, don't be inauthentic. Be honest, and be just honest with your feelings. Whatever comes up It's okay. It will be okay. If you truly deeply love him and you go to spend time with him. First of all, right now, we are probably a month and a half away from this trip where you're going to see him. So don't now put yourself out into the future and make a decision that there's going to be uncomfortable something. So that is a perfect example of this is a perfect example of that you just want to stay in the moment now because now is all that exists. So right now you are already energetically one. Well, you are already one, but in other words, you're energetically in the committed relationship with him. You guys are past all of whatever it was, and you are loving each other deeply, and your feelings are mutual for each other. So first, don't assume and don't anticipate anything but loving spending time together. Don't anticipate any uncomfortable conversations. Okay, so because that's a good mental diet. You want to stay on a mental diet because if you're worried or nervous or insecure about what this or that, then you're projecting into a future that hasn't happened yet, and your only job right now is to make the decision now. Be authentic. Just assuming that you are applying everything that we're talking about here. And that's the thing. A lot of you aren't actually being, doing and applying. You're just watching videos in some cases. And I'm not meaning to do this. I'm just telling you the truth because I can see it. I see it with some of you. You guys have grown a lot. I can see through the comments. A lot of you have overcome. So you're doing wonderful. But once in a while, maybe it's somebody new or whatever, or maybe it's just somebody who's very stubborn. Some of you are consistently really not doing things to stay in alignment, and then you're consistently triggering yourself, which just keeps you on this dreaded loop. Okay, so assuming you don't do any of these behaviors that we always say stop doing, and this is whether you're manifesting love, health, money, anything, okay? You are allowing yourself to be in your power of who you already are. You can say whatever you feel like saying, but when you communicate anything, you always communicate from alignment. So you're always honest with your feelings. You're not forcing things, you're not controlling things, you're not manipulating or anything like that. So even now, I mean, you guys could end up in a committed relationship now before you even see him. It's like you have to keep yourself open that literally at any moment, everything that you've been consistently, when you've let go of the past and everything, at any moment, everything could just happen all of a sudden. Okay, so let's just say that whenever that point is, whatever the communication is in the 3D, if it gets brought up in communication, don't play a game. You can be completely honest with how you feel. You can tell him how much you love him and want to be with him. If it's inappropriate for the conversation, then don't, because that wouldn't make sense. I hope I'm making sense. So always be honest with your feelings, but also be appropriate for whatever the conversation is in the 3D. And if you are like, let's say you're in, this is for everybody, not just you, Deborah. Okay. Let's say that you're in a conversation with your person and it's the first time you guys communicated in a good amount of time. And you've been very consistent and extremely loyal and faithful. But there was a little something that was still active within you, that was still some form of fear, no matter whether it was fearful of the relationship, of the intensity of it, how much you love them, or maybe you were just afraid that they were going to, I don't know, run away again or say something. Maybe they ask you straight out something. So you're honest with them. Whatever does come up is good for you because it's showing you what is still active in you, of how whatever you're assigning meaning to this. Okay. Anyway, Deborah, I hope that this helped you. And for anyone else, if you are already in the unfolding with your person and the opposite shows up, remember the old video that I came out with? It's the cut flowers. When you take flowers out of a garden, you've cut them from the root, you put them in the vase. they still bloom for a few days and then they eventually wither away. Your old story, your circumstance, when you are in the unfolding of things, oftentimes will bloom. It's just going to be a matter of time before it withers away, as long as you don't stay stuck in the old story again, in anger and frustration and sadness and blaming and shaming your person, blaming and shaming yourself, holding on, why this, why that, how could you do this? All of those would be examples of holding on, and you would be attaching to the old story again. Okay. But even that shows you a lot about your belief system and who you believe you are and who you believe they are. Okay. Please affirm down below. I trust what's in my heart and soul. I know that we were created to love each other, and reach out to me if you need me. I love you. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.